Hello, fourth grade scientists. This is Scientist Cook, and today I am going to show you what your project is for this week. We've been learning all about animal adaptations and what animals have, what structures they have, both internal and external, that help them survive in their habitats. And so we're going to take all of that learning that you've been doing for the last couple of weeks, and you are going to do a mini report on a creature of your choosing. We're calling this Feature Creature Animal Mini Report. Each of you will get a template that has all of these slides, and then your job is to do a little miniature research report on an animal of your choosing, and then fill in the information that we are asking for. So when you're doing this project, I want you to be thinking about the vocabulary that we've learned, like the words habitat, warm-blooded versus cold-blooded, internal versus external structures, prey versus predator, adaptation, hibernation. Okay, think of these words and what it is that your animal has, the structures that your animal has that help it survive in its habitat. So the first question you want to ask yourself is, what habitat does my creature live in? Oops, let's go back. And we have some possible habitats here. I chose the Arctic, cold habitat. And you'll see why in a moment. But you can look at all of these habitats and choose an animal from one of those habitats. It's up to you. I happen to choose a penguin because I love penguins. So now I'm going to fill out this information about my creature. What is my animal's name? Penguin. Is it this or that? Is it warm-blooded or cold-blooded? It's warm-blooded. What kind of an animal is it? It's a kind of a bird. And then I want you to think about what size it is. Research that a little bit. Penguins can actually be 1 to 4 feet tall and 4 to 50 pounds heavy. And they're usually about the size of a small dog. After you determine that, then I want you to show me on Earth where, does your creature live? Let's go back here. So I want you to think about what continent that your creature lives in. And they live in South America, and they also live in the Arctic, or the Antarctic rather, that's not shown here. They also live in South Africa. So I'm probably going to need to add a circle here. And then I want you to think back to our last unit of study and think of what biospheres does your animal live in? And penguins happen to live on Earth in the lithosphere, and they also live in water, and they use the hydrosphere. Now, here's the really important stuff. It's all important, but I want you to think about what structures your animal uses for survival and how those structures help it survive in its habitat. So I want you to be thinking about internal structures and external structures. So you can see here I've listed 3 external structures and 1 internal structure. I challenge you to come up with at least 3 internal and 3 external structures for your creature. So an example of an external structure for penguins is that they have strong flippers that help them swim. An example of an internal structure is that they have strong lungs that help them stay underwater for up to 20 minutes. Now, finally, I want you to be thinking about, where does your creature live on the food chain? Well, my feature creature is a penguin. Prey for penguins are fish. Penguins are prey for the predators, seals and whales. So that means seals and whales are predators for penguins. They eat them. And at the same time, penguins eat fish. And then when we think about how energy is transferred, well, the fish transfer energy to the penguin, and the penguin transfers energy to the orcas or the whales or the seals. All right? So when you're done with your report, your job is to fill out the template, and then it would be wonderful if you recorded yourself telling us all about your feature creature. We would love to see those. That's not required, that's optional, but again, we would love to see that. All right, scientists, remember, your work this week is to complete a mini report on your feature creature. You get to choose a creature of your choice. And before you even choose your creature, think about the habitat where you want to find a creature. All right, scientists, off you go.